a little bit. This could be a problem if he lets the Terran establish or too well and contain him. Third is going down for our Zerg player. However, Nom Nom checking to make sure there's no sneaky third. Still has not scouted the third. However, we see 2 Thors out on the field as well as several Hellions and Marauders. Hellion, Marauder, Marine, and Thor is the combination we're seeing from Nom Nom right now, as he's content to just continue macroing up, still feeling as though he is ahead in this game. He's had absolutely no pressure, no significant pressure from the Zerg player, and knows that he's at least on the same amount of bases. We do have more upgrades being researched for our Terran player, as our Zerg player finally looks as though he's getting ready to push out with this group of Hydra, Roach, Bailing, going to try and gain the center of the map. Scouting being done still by our Terran player. He will see this army moving out, going to get some free shots off against those Hydras, although those 2 Hellions did not stand a chance. Suicide Hellions trying to engage this full strength army of the Zerg. Nom Nom prepared, sees this coming in, getting his army in position, getting ready to take this on. The Roaches up the ramp. Thor's just beginning to rain down fire. 4 Thors out on the field and Hellions. The Zerg player Love forced to retreat, being chased down by the Terran player, although our Terran satisfied to sit at the bottom of this ramp for now. Nope, pushing out again, little by little, cautiously pursuing this retreating force of the Zerg player, as Nom Nom establishes his third and converts to Planetary Fortress. So it looks as though we may have an engagement here in the middle of the map. Hellions getting caught out in front, falling back to let the Marauders and Thors really do some work on this army. It could be close. Both army sizes, those Bailings just rolling in, melting away those Marauders, even taking down a Thor. And it looks as though our Zerg player is going to have plenty to clean this up. That first engagement heavily favoring our Zerg player, as he once again pushes forward towards the main base of our Terran. 3 Thors out on the field, several Marauders and some Hellions, but will it be enough to hold off this push with Roaches and Hydras? There is a fairly effective wall up. These Roaches unable to push in and all shoot. Slightly better positioning now. Even some SCVs coming in to repair the Thors, keep those Thors alive as long as possible. And now that they're fully upgraded, the upgrade is finished, so they have 1-1 on the weapons upgrades. It looks as though they'll be able to clean this up no problem, and our Zerg player forced to retreat once again, although some more Roaches at the middle of the map. Nom Nom deciding to fall back, not to continue to pursue, continuing to macro up, getting his third saturated. We see an infestation pit down for our Zerg player. Could see some infester play, as he is now going for hive tech. So we should be seeing some higher tier units coming out soon, possibly some Ultralisk or even Broodlord play, infestors. Really could be a lot of different things. He needs to transition out of this Roach Hydra for now, as it just the Roaches and Hydras are melting a little bit in front of these Thors. Nom Nom pushing out, looking to regain the center of the map. His Hellions chilling well within sight of this Zerg army, which rather than engage, is choosing to retreat, but now forced to engage. Some bad micro from our Zerg player, as didn't retreat properly, and now these Thors just melting away the roaches like butter as they just go down. And these Hydras, I don't think, are going to have what it takes to fully clean this up, especially as more Thors showing up to reinforce. These Hydras trying to take down the Thor may have just enough. Yes, it looks like 3 Hydras remaining, one in the red, one in the orange, are going to be able to clean up that Terran army, but Nom grabbing his 4th, and our Zerg player is still on 3 base. We do have an Ultralisk Cavern out for our Zerg player now, as it looks as though he's going to go Ultra, perhaps to deal with these Thors. He's choosing Ultras, and we do have a couple of Infestors out. Those Infestors, with their fungal growth, can be so effective against the infantry unit in locking down, preventing retreats, and just really a wonderful unit to use against Terran. Love complaining that he does not have enough Vespene gas. Nom agreeing as well. Both players low on Vespene. We see both sort of massing up armies. First Ultralisk out on the field, waddling his heavy way across the map to join these Infestors and Roaches. Those Ultras just so awesome looking. The second one rolls in here. Just really fantastic looking creatures. Would not want to run into one of those in a dark alley. We even have a Banshee out, as now Nom has switched to Siege, Banshee, Marine Marauder, and Hellion. Engagement here in the middle of the maps. Hellion's getting a few shots off before retreating. Tanks sieging up, as we see there's very little anti-air. If those Hydralisks go down, that Banshee can just do work. We have several Zerglings out with these Ultralisk, Infestor, Hydra combination. Let's see if the fungal growth goes down on these Marines. No fungal growth. I'm surprised. The Infestor just sort of sitting back, and these siege tanks just doing work against the Roaches and the Ultralisks going down. One Infestor, both Infestors falling. Zerglings in rapid retreat, as they know the loss of that battle is pretty significant in terms of map control. Our Zerg player still only on 3 bases, not even fully saturated at his 3rd. Nom taking his 5th, so he now has 5. No, I apologize. Still only 4. 4 bases, fully saturated, as he continues to push in around to this 3rd expansion, pull in through the back. This queen desperately trying to defend, but has to abandon her hive. Scan going down, taking out the creep tumors. Just to add insult to injury, just picking off those creep tumors. Hydralisk trying to run past to the center of the map, as we now have the Marines marching across the map like ants, strung across the map to rallied to that 3rd location, going to come around. Bailings rolling in here, going to explode mostly before they even get to 5 Ultralisks, 6 Ultralisks out, going to just try and eat away at these Marines, but the splitting and micro of Nom managing to pick off several of the Ultralisks. The Ultralisks just absolutely ineffective on trying to stop this push by Nom, and the GG from Love after saying nerf Marines, complaining about the power of masked Marine. But a well-played game by Nom establishing an early economic advantage and just never letting up, making sure that Zerg was occupied, could not expand, and staying ahead in the bases.